Hi, I'd like to share one of my favorite games with you. You know, I'm gonna chop it up into chunks because this is a really intensive game. There's a lot of different layers to it. I tried to fit everything into one video before, and it was just too long. So I'll do pieces at a time. All right. Um, First thing is to check your inbox. All right. And there's also right now there's nothing here. There's also something called daily rewards. I want to make sure I collected everything. Okay, day 15. Alright, that seems about right. Alright, next thing you see this orb right here. There's a red glowing orb near the middle bottom of the screen. You can get up to 2 at a time. They come at certain time intervals. It's a good idea to open orbs to get resources. That's the number one name of the game, folks, is resources. You want to build characters, you want to build strong teams, you're going to need resources to do it. Alright, so not too bad. So it gave me some gear. So if you click on the actual gear, it shows you how much I have of that particular gear. This is one of my strongest characters in the game. She's pretty much maxed out. Her gear can always be improved, but she's at level 75 and she's at 7 stars, and you'll understand what that means in a minute. Alright, so I have a lot of those. And you don't really have to click collect because it automatically, goes into your chest, but I just do it from force of habit. Okay. Um, it's a good idea to collect your milestones, so I'll click on that. They have different categories where you get rewards based on how much game money you spend and how much campaign energy you use. So the one with the red dot is the one where you have an active reward to claim. So I'm going to click on that. Okay. Okay, so I'm up to milestone 6 out of 19. And I believe this is blue gear orb. And these purple tickets can also be used in the supply store. And this is orange gear orb fragments. So I'll claim that. Okay. And you see in the yellow bar it tells you what level you know or how many points you need to get to the next tier. Alright. In the upper right hand corner you see the home button, which will take you back to the main screen. Next to that you see the purple barrels. That's what they call power cores. That's one of the many different types of resources in this game, which can be used for various things. My favorite thing to use it on is campaign energy. That's just me. But there's a lot of other things you could use it on. I have a raid up here to the right. And all of these things are going to be open when you first start playing. You have to get to a certain player level to unlock them. The max level, as you see at the top, is 75, but it takes a lot to get there. You see some other resources up here in the upper right hand corner. You see the gold, you see the power cores again, and you see campaign energy, the yellow lightning bolt. Right now it's at 29 out of a max of 134 that I can accumulate. Campaign energy automatically accumulates over time, but you can do different things to get it and purchase it, which will take you over the limit. But then it won't accumulate automatically anymore. So usually, if I go over the limit, I try to use it right away, so it starts accumulating on its own again. Right? I'm gonna see what's going on with this raid if I click on the right hand corner here. Okay. So right now the only raid open is this Ultimus 4. Under the big white Roman numeral 4, you'll see underneath there's how much time is left. 3 hours and 45 minutes. Alright. Again, many layers to this game. You see where it says store and there's two red dots, or there's one red dot with the number 2 in it. That takes you to the store, and because my shield medic is maxed out, I actually earn Ultimus credits whenever I get new shards of her because I don't need them anymore. Alright, so that helps me get orb fragments to help me unlock Ultimus and other powerful characters. But Ultimus is like the main villain in the game. He's conquering several dimensions, Earth in several dimensions. Of course, our Earth is the toughest, right? And he's converting all the different Earths from different dimensions. They have similar heroes to ours. He's converting all of them to fight his cause, which, of course, the heroes on our Earth won't stand for. So we're giving him opposition. Alright? So there's several different categories in the store. You have the gold category, the main category, where you also see I have orbs there. These are different supplies, typically gear, but sometimes shards and ability materials and things like that you can purchase. I won't go into detail. Like I said, I'm trying to do it in chunks so it doesn't get too long. Alright. These are some more orbs to open. You have several different types of orbs. I won't get into the detail right now with the difference between the orbs, but some of it is self-explanatory. The mega orb really is a mega orb. You usually get a whole lot of shards for a particular character. The Ultimus orb, as far as I know, is the only way you can get shards to unlock Ultimus. Right? Milestone orb you get from achieving your milestones. You have ability and training orbs. Ability orb is to increase your character's attacks. Training orb is to increase your player level. Legacy orb is more rare. Gold orb is self-explanatory. It gives you gold. So let's see how much gold I get. Alright, not bad. 80 and 80, 160. 80 and 240s. Added to what I had before, now it brings me to a total of 318.5. Not too shabby. Alright, so I'm just gonna go open the orbs quickly. Premium orb also gives a decent amount of shards. Ravager Stitcher, okay. Not one of my favorite characters, but even these no-name generic characters can be very difficult to beat and could be very important in battles and missions. Alright. Each different tab has an orb section and a supply section. Also, you see offers and power cores up there. Alright. Right now there aren't any active orbs here. You see which section has the active orbs based on where the red dots are. Let me check on supplies here. What can I buy with supplies? I like having war energy. We'll get into war later. I'm trying to build a lot of my Spider-Verse characters. I think I'll do Rhino today. Because the way the game goes, they have different events at different times to unlock different characters. And you need certain characters at higher levels to unlock other characters. So I'm working on my Wakandan team. Black Panther, Okoye, M'Baku, Killmonger, and Shuri. The only one I don't have is Shuri. Shuri is one of the hardest to get to. She has a particular event where you need Spider-Verse characters to fight several different missions in order to unlock her. So you need strong Spider-Verse characters. So, you always have to kind of make a goal and then break it down into the different steps that you need to achieve that goal, and then, start focusing on that. So, in order to build a Wakandan team, I want a full team. I guess in the meantime, I could use Storm, even though she's not Wakandan, she's African. And I just like her, even though there's no real game synergy, to me, her powers kind of work well with the Wakandans. So if I were to make a team without having Shuri, I'd probably put Storm there. But of course I want to get Shuri, so we'll see how that works. Alright, let's see what these orbs are for. It's not really much. I only have 405 of these raid tickets, so not much I could really buy with that. Alright, so I have a blue gear raid orb. Let's see what it gives me. It's gonna be blue gear, but what type of blue gear? Alright. And then it's probably orange usually. I need mostly purple. So you have to get through purple to get to orange. So the good thing is I have a lot of orange waiting when I can actually finish filling out my purple gear. Okay. Kingpin's Vault. This is the war area. And the red star area. Okay. I'll just give you a little quick sample of the game here. This is what we call a raid. Raids are one of the best ways to get resources. Alright, so I have enough to do my next. So you see here you have green energy on the main screen. You had yellow energy, which is for the campaigns. The raids use green or purple energy. This particular raid uses green energy. And you accumulate energy over time. You could also purchase energy with different things. Let's see here. Either power cores, or you have these green cards up here in the upper right hand corner next to the power cores. I'm not gonna use my power cores on that now. I'll just go ahead and play this round, and I'll hit launch. So this is my main team. Again, this is from when I first started the game and wasn't so familiar with synergy, so this is pretty much low synergy levels, but they were my strongest characters at the time that I needed a team, so I started with them and I've pretty much stuck with them, because as I've built them, they're still my strongest characters, even though the strongest characters don't necessarily make for the strongest team. But I just haven't gotten to the point where I was able to pull the trigger on replacing any of them with somebody. But eventually I will, once somebody else gets built strong enough, and I have enough people to start making other teams at high levels. I have a lot of characters, but unlocking the character and building the characters are two different things, right? I ran out of time there for that. Just trying to explain it to you. So you see in the bottom right hand corner over where it says fight, there's a timer there. So they want you to start before that timer runs out. So eventually I'll start getting into more synergistic teams, but you know, for me this team works pretty well. You know, of course it's not perfect, but I like it. It gets the job done most of the time. So let's click on fight. The volume's not playing now. On the left hand corner here, you have the auto button and you have the speed, the play speed. 1 is very slow for me. I usually play it at 3, and for the raise, as you can see with the bars across the heads of my characters are much more powerful than their characters. So at this point, I just usually auto it, and I don't actually play it. I just let it run by itself because I'm not really in danger of losing. But just to illustrate, you know, how the game works, I'll just keep it at this speed and I'll play it manually. Alright, so you have to pick somebody you want. You know, you click on the character to target them. The green circle is under my medic, and these are my medic's abilities. If it's grayed out, it's not ready to use. You have these yellow bars on top of it that will tell you how much energy it has, and if you have the gray bars, that tells you how much energy is still left before you can use it. Right? So you need to get 5 full bars to use. This is her heal. You need 5 full bars to use it. I have 2. So she needs 3 more turns to be able to use that. Alright, and at the top you have how many enemies they have in total, and you have the time, and I'm explaining this to you so the time's running down, but you know, I'm much stronger than they are, so I should be able to pull this out. Alright, so I'll just use her basic attack, which doesn't do a lot of physical damage, but what it does do typically is apply offense down, which is a debuff. But because I'm so much more powerful than these other teams, usually 1 hit is just going to take them out. So right now the green circle is under Crossbones. He has several different attacks. I'll just use his basic attack for now, and we'll go into detail later. Again, I'm trying to keep this video relatively short. This looks like the Hand Sorceress, and the green circle is under Wolverine. So his second attack does a string attack, but right now they're kind of spread apart. But I could demonstrate it for you. Instead of doing his basic attack, I'll do the second attack, and he'll hit the Hand Sorceress and Daredevil over here. Oh, well. Okay. And Hulk's ultimate attack is active, but it's overkill. It's not necessary. So I'll just use his basic attack to take out the Hand Sorceress. And then we have the Hand Archer here. Alright, so 5 down, 5 to go. Got some mercenaries and hand personnel. Alright, so this is the Riot Guard. He likes to taunt, so I might as well attack him first. But like I said, I'm so much more powerful. It's 1 shot and that's it. This green thing up here, if you press on it and hold it, it'll tell you what it is. It says evade. I don't want to dodge. I don't want them to dodge my attack right now, so I'll attack somebody that's not going to evade. Right? And got the mercenary lieutenant here. And get him out of here. This is like extra slow. He's 2 Electras. Alright, So now you don't really have a choice. There's only the two of them left, so you know they're gonna avoid one attack. But then you come right back at them and hit them with the next one. Same thing again. She's gonna avoid this attack, but probably not this one. And you get rewards anytime you complete a mission or a raid or a war battle, whatever it is. They can all be classified as missions. Alright, this is an idea of the map here. This is a map for the raid. This is a shorter map. There are some maps that are twice as big as this, and probably even bigger than that. And the idea is just to cover, you and your alliance together. Your alliance is a group of players, that are working together. You try to do as much of the map as you can before time runs out to see if you can unlock better rewards. I won't get into too much other stuff. Alright, I'll just do challenges and we'll just discuss the roster quickly, and we'll end this session, and then I'll start another session to discuss other things. Alright, I love seeing the gold challenge. Right? So challenges are just things you do to get resources. Right? You see there's different challenges here. Catalysts, ore fragments, ability enhancements, that's for the character abilities to make them stronger. Training is for their overall level. The medical supply run, this is used for something called Blitz, which we'll get into next episode. Blitz charges. And of course gold. I'm sure it's self-explanatory. It's one of the major resources in the game. Right? So I still have different tiers to unlock. I haven't unlocked all of them, but I've unlocked several of them. And of course, the higher you get, the more resources, the better reward you get. Right? So I'm almost powerful enough, not quite powerful enough to do tier 9. So I'll go back to tier 8, and you have these stars up here. You see under the different under the tier numbers, there's like 3 medals there. So once you get to 3 medals, you can win the mission with 1 medal. As long as you have 1 character standing and the other team is down, you win. But then you get a 1-star victory. But you want to eventually try to get a 3-star victory, so you don't have to fight the battle again. So next time you want resources from that battle and you can use it, you just can click on auto win, which I'm going to do right now, and then it just gives you the resources without having to go through the whole battle. Right? And I'll do it again. And you see it says attempts remaining 1. You typically get 3 for your challenges, and I'll do it again. Right? So I got some gold ore fragments and some actual gold, which is always helpful. I'll do the same thing with the blitz charges. Alright, just click on auto win. You see it says attempts remaining 3. I'll just do it 3 times. Get a little bit of gold in my blitz charges. Right? And you see there's different days that they are available. Right? You see in red underneath. Alright. So I did my challenges. In the bottom right hand corner you have daily objectives. I'll just go through some of those with you. Alright, so you have the ones that are checked are the ones you can claim. You have to try to claim all of them, to get the most resources you can. Right now my Wolverine is completely maxed out, but of course, as you see at the top here, top right corner, it says claim the all clear objective to collect Wolverine shards. So you get 5 every time you complete your daily objective. And you still get 5, but now that I don't need them anymore, they go towards Ultimus Orb shards, or fragments, they call it. Alright? So they have all these different things which we're going to go into later. I will probably just do advance the alliance real quick. Oh wow, we got to the second gift box. Nice. My alliance is pretty strong now. I'll just donate here. So each player can donate a little bit to further the alliance's cause and war efforts. Then you come back to the daily activities and you click claim, and it tells you above claim what you're claiming for each of the different categories, criteria that you met. Alright, so you see my campaign energy at the top right where it's the yellow lightning bolt. If I click on that, I can use these yellow cards to buy some more energy, which I will do. I can also click on it again and use some power cores to buy some more energy, and I might as well just go ahead and do that. That's what I like using power cores for, but there are other ways to use them. Alright, so you see it allowed me to go over the max when I use things to buy it, but if it was just accumulating on its own, it wouldn't go over the max. And now I'm going to make sure, as we discuss the roster, I'm going to make sure I go through and use that energy. Alright, so my starting five are at the top. If you can see underneath all of them except for Hulk, Hulk is harder to build because you only get him by accomplishing achievements. So you have all my characters here. The ones that are in color are the ones that I've collected. The ones that are in black and white are the ones I haven't yet collected. The ones that have hearts next to them are my favorites. The ones that don't have hearts next to them are not my favorites. But for various reasons. Sometimes I put people in my favorites even though they're not really my favorite character, just because I need them to help me unlock one of my favorite characters. And then I'll take them out of favorites when I don't need them anymore. So that's my list of characters. And then I'll show you how you can use campaign energy. You can, speaking of campaigns, you can click on this, and then you have the different categories of campaigns. Heroes, villains, Nexus, Cosmic, Mystic, and they have like a random one that comes every once in a while. And so you can use these to try to get resources and in particular character shards. And so that's what I'm going to do here. Now you can also go through the character themselves. Like I want to unlock, or not unlock, but I want to maximize Iron Man. I already have him, as you can see. But in order to get him that extra star, if you look under his portrait, you see it says Iron Man. Then you have the 3 red stars, 3 yellow stars, and 1 gray star. So the red stars make him a little bit more powerful than normal, but your goal is to try to get them to 7 stars total. Right now I only have 6, so in order to get that 7th star, you need the shield team. And if I wanted to, I could also scroll and choose the team that I want and see who's on that team. So this is my shield team. Right? I need 5 at, I think it's 5, maybe 4, at least 4, maybe 5 at 7 stars to battle and to get Iron Man to 7 stars. Right now I have my shield medic, I have Quake at 7 stars, I have shield security at 7 stars. I'm trying to get shield operative. I'm always working on Captain America and Hawkeye. So since most of the main people I work on, along with Black Panther, Black Panther. He's just one of my favorite characters, and he's a Wakandan, so I'm working on him. I work on Storm. Storm's always been my favorite. Um, so I'll show you how to do that. So you click on it. You know, there's a lot of detail I can go into on this screen, but in the interest of time, I'm just gonna click on Find, and then we're gonna click on Auto Win because I've already completed the missions where I can get Hawkeye shards, so I don't have to repeat the mission again since I've got the 3-star wins. So I just click on Auto Win, and I'm just gonna go straight to the maximum and do 5. That's pretty much how much you can do per day, unless you use 50 power cores to refresh, which I very rarely do. That's just me. Some other people might do it. Right? And so now that's about all the Hawkeye shards I can get, without having to pay 50 power cores to refresh. Right? And real quickly before we go, I'm just gonna go ahead and spend out all my energy. Alright, so I have Captain America. Let me do him. Oh, they didn't give me any Captain America shards that time. That's 30. This is all random, folks. There's no guarantee. And they did it to me again. That's cold. No Captain America shards today. I'm not too happy about that. Shield Operative, I'm working on. She's really close to 7 stars. They gave me 2 of her. So right now you see above Find, the blue bar there. In order to get to that last 7 stars, she needs to get 300 shards. Right now she's at 106. Alright. Let me go back to all real quick, and I'm just gonna do. I want to do Falcon. Alright. And you saw that thing flash. That means I have a milestone. I've achieved a milestone. And I'll do some Storm. Oops, I clicked on the wrong thing. Yeah, oh, I only have 53. So I'll just do 2. Alright. And that's how that goes. Black Panther is my man, but I don't have enough shorts right here. Or shards. Alright, so that's the first part of the introduction. I think we'll stop it here for now. And then we'll come back and discuss some other things. It's been grand. Stay safe with everything we're dealing with. And see you shortly. Take care.